replay that. James Lafferty, Nathan Scott on One Tree Hill. Here today shooting Slamball for an episode of One Tree Hill.
Nathan Scott is now going to play Slamball on One Tree Hill, one of the characters on a 5-episode story arc. Try to get him back into the NBA.
My character Nathan started playing Slamball, and so I've been training for about the last 3 weeks, learning how to play the game, and now we're actually shooting it.
Slamball on One Tree Hill, God bless it.
Nathan at this point has made sort of physically and I think emotionally has made a full comeback from where he was at the start of season 5, and so he's now focused on trying to make it back into the NBA. We threw sort of a curveball in there with Nathan playing Slamball.
You need to quit that weak ass fadeaway, huh? You want some cuddling?
And Quentin is sort of a motivating factor for Nathan because I think you realize the impact that Quentin really had on Nathan's life after he passes away, and Nathan continues to see him, and Quentin continues to speak to him in some way. Quentin is the one that's sitting there in the living room telling him that he can't give it up, he can't give up his dreams, because you never know when something like that's going to be taken away.
Nate, Mike Wilson. Listen, I heard you were looking for the opportunity to play ball again.
Nathan, Skills, and Jamie are watching a Slamball game, and after the game's done, they're sitting in the stands, and Jamie says, "Hey, Daddy, you have to do this." So he says, "Okay." "This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. You have to do this, Daddy."
This can't be good for my back.
Man, that can't be good for nobody's back.
Well, I play Owen on the show.
Guess it's official. They will let anyone play in this league.
I see that.
I'm kind of like the enforcer out here. Nathan's character comes in, plays some Slamball, but he's got a bad back, so it's my job to keep the guys away from him.
Hey, 99! Thought you were going to protect 23.
I was actually familiar with the sport before through our basketball coordinator, Brendan Kirsch. He actually started his career in film by coaching Slamball, and then he sort of segued it into coordinating for movies and television.
I'm Brendan Kirsch, and I'm head coach of Slamball's Mob, and I'm here coordinating the Slamball action on One Tree Hill.
Slamball is what they call a hybrid sport, and it's a new sport. Basically, it combines aspects of basketball, football, and hockey.
It resembles a video game, a lot of people say.
Slamball is a really, really hard game to play.
It's full contact basketball on the open floor. You have trampolines, so you have scoring happening, 15 feet in the air. You have a stopper, which resembles kind of a goalie in hockey, and then you play on a spring-loaded floor, the gymnastic side of it with the trampolines, and it's totally encased in a hockey glass.
It's also a finesse sport because there's a lot of aerial acrobatics going on, and you have to have a lot of body control while you're in the air.
All right.
You're getting beat up and stuff.
Man, this is some great stuff.
And slamming baskets.
It's kind of a piece of every sport, really.
Which is really hard.
It's pretty magnificent. I would equate it to sort of when you walk into like a huge arena or when you walk into a gigantic football stadium for the first time. You just sort of, it's a lot to take in because the court is raised up off the floor, so it's more than half the size that you are.
What we had to do was we had to ship the court from Los Angeles to Wilmington, set it up in a soundstage, and all that happened in about 5 days. We had to fly all of the players, the actual Slamball players from the real teams out here.
It's really like nothing that you've ever seen before in sports.
It was complicated.
And, the entire process of it, going step by step and learning the sport and really trying not to go too fast for your own good. You gotta learn an entirely new skill set, and you have to sort of unlearn everything that you learned before in conventional sports like football and basketball, and you have to just sort of throw that out the window and learn how to control your body on these trampolines and a spring-loaded wood floor.
James is he's just a beast. He's a man-child. He would be, I think, a professional athlete if he hadn't gone the acting route, because he is just he loves sports. And he loves basketball. And not a lot of people know this, but, you know, when he actually got cast on One Tree Hill, he was going to be a walk-on at Long Beach State University. So he was going to play Division I college basketball.
I got sort of an accelerated version of the learning process because I got to train one-on-one with Brendan for 3 weeks before I ever actually filmed any Slamball. And that in itself, I think, helped me to catch on to the sport a lot quicker than most people do. Because usually, you know, these Slamball players, they come in as a mass, you know, group of guys, and then they go through a combine, and that's how they learn the sport. But I got like one-on-one private training every day for as long as I wanted.
When we brought out the Slamball court, we could not get him off of it. We would have practices scheduled for 2 hours.